Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Isabelle Ambers. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to say this episode of Dear Isabelle is a very dark episode. There will be talks of suicide, self-harm, mentions of abuse and mental illness. So, there is a major viewer discretion advised. I'm going to repeat what I just said, that there will be talks of self-harm, suicide, mentions of abuse and mental illness. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you. Mental health includes emotional, physical, and psychological and social health. It doesn't just affect our emotions, but it also affects how we think and act. I remember being bullied in middle school. I remember hating people at school and hating school in general. I tended to shy away from people and sort of blend into the crowd and not stand out. But my bullies always made sure to broadcast every single embarrassing moment. It also can affect how we handle stress related to others and our choices. I can back this up by, and I'm going to be going back to middle school a lot, so be prepared for that. I remember I did not handle stress well. I remember I would take my stress out on myself, saying stuff like, your bullies are right, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, etc. But don't worry, my mental health is way better than it was in middle school. A lot of things can cause mental illness. A few examples are abnormal childhood experiences, like abuse, experiences with others like friend or family getting cancer, been there a few times, or getting diabetes, or even being bullied. Now, before you go in the comments and say, Isabelle, those are all the things that can affect your mental health, I know, I didn't list everything, but these are just a few examples of what could cause mental illness. I know that I have recently had some mental stuff happen. A few of my family members got cancer, and I know how when I got the news, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Let's just say I cried a lot and felt like I was drowning in the ocean. The fear that you might lose your loved ones it it's unreal. What my friends didn't realize is when my family members had cancer, the thought that I hated thinking was about this was the day that they'd leave me, and I hated myself for thinking that. That would be the first thing my brain would immediately go to. I don't know if this has happened to anyone else, but I remember hearing this voice that would always say stuff like, you're weird. Are you really gonna wear that? That makes you look bad. They're right, you're not pretty, you're awkward. I remember in middle school, I used to listen to that voice all the time. It got me so depressed, and I would believe her like crazy. When I tried to speak up about anything in middle school, I was always shut down. Sometimes having mental illness can push you over the edge. When I was in middle school, I got pushed so far over that I wanted to end it. All of it. My senior year of high school, we went to this AASC thing. It was for student council. It was like a big gathering of all the student councils. And I think it was just the student councils in Arizona. I know they do it nationwide. I think they do. So basically, from what we were told, I believe that they do it nationwide and that they have sectors. So, I believe Arizona falls into sector 6. So, during the AASC thing, we had to go to Phoenix for a luncheon. We had to go. We had to go to a city called Bullhead, which I actually never heard of until that trip. And I remember one of the girls I shared a room with had to have a light on. And I remember that sparked bullying in my room, and one of the teachers, let's call her Miss A, fueled the fight so bad, and I remember her actually being a part of it. Yep, got bullied by a teacher, which was not fun. I know a few ways to help your mental health. One way that I found that's really helpful for me is to write in a diary. I have a diary and I write in it almost every day and I vent to it. It's nice having something that always listens, but doesn't give their opinion. You can also try to talk to another friend. Believe You can also try to talk to another friend. Sometimes venting to a friend helps, and I know with what I'm going through right now, definitely talking to someone helps. It's sad that people will blindly follow someone without having all the facts. Having someone to talk to can be a good thing because you feel heard and you feel wanted. I know from experience it helps. Like, I remember my senior year of high school, we had something going on, and they actually brought in counselors because our school didn't have a counselor at the time because ours left. I remember they brought in these counselors, and I just remember spilling everything to her. And I didn't know her, and she didn't know me, so it was just really nice to be able to do that. Okay, I know this was a shorter episode, but I'm putting a link to the suicide hotline if you need someone to talk to. Sometimes reaching out to a stranger can be helpful because they don't know you and they can have more of an open mind sometimes. Alright, guys, I want you guys to know that no matter what you're going through, whether it be something involved with school, work, or your personal life, I want you all to know you guys are loved. And I might not know you guys on a personal level, but I care about you. Alright, guys. Bye.